Equality, freedom, rights are the words of the 21st century. We often talk about gender equality of men and women and so on. But what about the transgender community? Does our society still absorb the transgenders into our community? The Supreme Court 2014 passed the law which states that the transgender community must be recognized as a third gender with given specific benefits in education and employment. But is it the real scenario? Or is it just in papers? Today's guest is a celebrated Indian transgender activist, actor, poet, TEDx motivational speaker, Kalki Subramaniam, also known as India's first transgender entrepreneur. Kalki Subramaniam, one of the prominent activists who lobbied for the recognition of the legal rights of transgender people in 2014. She is also the first transsexual actor who played a major role in a major motion picture. She was honored by the MG Motors as the finest changemakers in India. In June 2017, Kalki was awarded honorary doctorate by the International Tamil University, USA. She is transforming millions of lives with her paintbrush. So, welcome, ma'am, to this Real Talk session.
Vanakkam, it's absolutely a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for inviting me.
No, it's my pleasure, ma'am. And you look beautiful with the jhumkas and, with your smile.
You look so cute too with your big, beautiful smile.
Okay. So, you have been born and brought up in Pollachi, finished
Yes.
schooling, done with your degree.
Yeah.
In fact, pursued double master's degree. Started off with the Sahodari organization. So, how did
Yes.
you manage to break the norms of the patriarchal society being a transgender woman?
I think I broke it because I was angry.
Okay.
I grew up with a lot of anger and rage. I think right from my childhood, I have faced a lot of discrimination at school, bullying at school, and in college as well. I faced stigma, discrimination, as well as bullying, and upon that, sexual harassment too. And I think throughout my life, I had to revolt, resist, and retaliate. That is how it has been always. So I think that anger is the one that I've used it as a source to build up my life. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything that I do comes from there.
Okay. So your paintings, they talk a lot about nature,
Yes.
diversity, human beings connecting to one another. So how has art really helped you out to connect to yourself? Was it your childhood passion or something that you inculcated through your journey?
I think it was definitely a childhood passion, and more than a passion, it was an outlet because when there was nobody to actually listen to whatever you say, when there was no one to listen to you without being judgmental, without criticizing, especially about my gender and gender choices, preferences, my feelings as a woman, being a little boy, being like feeling like a girl and woman. I don't think many people were there to understand it. Neither the media nor the teachers, neither of my friends would definitely understand. I think I had a few trans friends, and we were all going through the same kind of dilemma. So for me, I could actually express all that I wanted to be only through poetry and drawing. So I basically started doing it, and I used to hide it. Whatever I draw and whatever I paint, I used to hide it, and I used to write a love letter
Okay.
to someone I had a crush. I
Okay.
used to write long love letter, and then I will hide it.
Okay. So the Red Bull project of yours, which you started off, deals with victims who have gone through sexual and physical abuse. Just a few words on how does this project work around?
Just a few words on the Red Ball project.
Okay, Red Wall Project.
Absolutely. I think the Red Ball project is one of the very most important projects, art projects uh, in the world, I would say. Um, this is the project where the community participates. It's a social project, it's a community art project, participatory project. I and my team of trans women, including my friends Samdarya, Kanchana, we actually go and meet our community people, sit with them, and tell them what we are doing, especially what is our mission behind the Red Wall project. We talk to them and encourage them to talk about their lives, particularly the incidences where they were victimized, they were bullied, or they become a victim of sexual harassment or physical harassment. So these experiences they write on a white piece of paper, and we encourage them, ask them to put a red. We paint their palms
Okay.
with red paint, and then put it on the paper. And these papers we collect,
Okay.
and the collection of papers are put in galleries, but mostly in colleges and universities because we wanted the young people to reach out to the young people, tell our stories, and tell them that what we have gone through, other trans people shouldn't go through. That's what we wanted to say.
Okay. So in 2014, you were one of the lead activists to play a a big role for the rights of the community. So even though the law has been implemented, do you really think there has been a change, a massive wave in the society, or there has to be some changes made more for the enriching the lives of the transgender community? What do you think about it?
I think that legal change milestone is a big victory, and
Yeah.
it has opened doors for many development, acknowledgement, and recognitions for the transgender people. For example, the academic institutions of India are now more and more getting opened. Even in the application forms,
Yeah.
transgender is added. In our passport, we have male, female, T, meaning transgender, and in the railway forms, and many. But the one thing that we don't have till today, but the Supreme Court insisted, is the reservation. We still don't have a reservation for trans people, which we are still working on it. But I would say corporates have opened their doors for trans people. So lots of trans people are studying, working, but it will not change the life of trans people immediately. It might take another 10 years for the community to get empowered.
Yeah.
Until then, it is just in progress slowly.
Yeah. So, how has education played a major role in your life?
I think education has played a major role in my life, truly a major role.
Mm.
Like for Shaktiman, it is the sword, right? For
Yeah.
me,
It's the
it is my education. Like for Wonder Woman, it's her object that actually protects and destroys. For me, my education is that tool.
your weapon is your education.
Yeah, totally.
So, you are one of the finest examples, of women in our country. I personally feel so. You stand up for what you feel is right. You go out there. You just break all the barriers of the society. So, how has been the journey of self-realization? How do you realize what is your innermost power?
I think I know that I'm different than many cis women who are born biologically women. I'm very clear and very uh, aware of that I'm different, and the
Yes.
trans people are not very common in a society that's filled with binary gender people, men and women. But that doesn't make me any less. I've never felt ashamed of me, not even 1 second in my life. I've in fact felt proud that I'm now this way, and this is what I am. I've always felt proud of who I am because I do things that are powerful, and that gives me more and more acknowledgement. I change lives. I've been a messenger
Yeah.
of God, messenger of love, messenger of acceptance,
Mhm.
messenger of truth.
Yeah.
Truth. So I think that gives me the ultimate pride to be who I am. I'm proud of who I am, and that is my strength.
Okay. That makes you go forward uh,
Yeah, that
to.
makes me move forward and gives me all the energy to do more and more good things. And that is the reason that also puts me in a place where I'm aware that constant learning is so important. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there must have been instances in your life, maybe one or two, where you felt tormented, depressed, maybe because of the way the society looks at you. So,
Yeah.
what is your message for the youngsters or maybe the people out there who may have confusion with the gender identity and for the women in general? How to stand up for themselves?
I think for trans people, the most important thing is not to feel ashamed. And I know that a lot of our community people are depressed initially when they are aware about their gender identity and they go through a lot of struggles. Particularly, our struggles are at the school level where we are discriminated, bullied. And secondly, we couldn't talk to our family because we are very aware that our families will not accept us. So that is also one of the reasons that we feel completely helpless and we get into depressed. I wanted to tell my community be strong. I mean, your family, maybe they don't accept you now, but in the future, they will definitely accept you. The most important thing is to build your life one step at a time. Um, Keep learning constantly. Education is so important. That is what is a tool, a power for the transgender community. So when I was a kid, things were utterly bad, but we have fought, we have made it many changes, and now we are here with the legal recognition, transgender bill protection, and everything. And all avenues are opening for our trans people. So I think as a trans person, as a queer person, we need to be comfortable with who we are, and there is light in our life, and we need to be carrying that light. The moment is now. When we feel desperate is temporary. So let's be hopeful. That's what I wanted to tell my trans community people. And for women, I wanted to tell them that whoever you are, wherever you are, never stop learning, never forget your dreams, never lose your individuality. In the name of sacrifice, don't lose yourself, don't be rejected.
So, what are your further upcoming projects? What are you?
Okay. In the Red Wall project, we actually wanted to make it even more bigger. I think right now we are doing it nationally. We actually wanted to reach out to trans people uh, internationally and listen to their stories, record their stories, and bring it to the public. We are fighting against violence, against bullying, against um, harassment, and we will continue to do so in a much more powerful way. At the same time, we have another project called Trans Arts Projects, through which we are offering art workshops for our transgender community in different places across India. So, and also not only offering art workshops, but we are also getting the artworks and trying to market and sell these artworks. Once the lockdown is over, we will be able to conduct more art workshops and uh, get more artists from the community, encourage them, and yeah, help them and support them for their livelihood. These are two of the things we do majorly in our Sahodari Foundation.
Yes.
Otherwise, personally, for me, I wanted to be even more talking about trans people's rights, and I wanted to travel around the world, represent my community and my art and I also do a lot of art shows. I am also an actor and a performance artist. So I'll recite my poetry, and wherever I go, I'll speak, I'll sing, I'll draw, I'll paint, I'll speak. I'll dance.
So in
Yeah.
short, you are everywhere, all in all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was an
Thank you
absolute
so much for
honor.
this opportunity. And I ask all the listeners, please visit our website www.sahodari.org, sahodari.org. And we have a Facebook pages as well, facebook.com/Sahodari. And we're on Instagram at Sahodari Foundation. And my Instagram handle is at Kalki Online. And it was great. I thank Sophia so much for this wonderful opportunity, because you have been the bridge in connecting me to people, and especially your friends, your fans, and everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, dear. Bye bye.
Even today, people look down upon me, laugh at me, or say hurtful things against me. I know that the best response that I can give is through the work that I do. I will fight till the day when a transgender person can walk down the streets without whispers, without shame, as long as I live.